If you love music, then do more than just listen. Connor's Music.
Okay.
Add this to stage. Okay, I hope you can hear me. This is a fudgy way of doing this today. Right as I went to go live, the camera on my laptop didn't work. It's like a slight delay, but I think this is sort of working. So basically, I'm gonna have to like reboot the drivers and all that stuff. And I didn't know that was gonna happen, of course. So what I did was I invited myself as a guest and brought myself in on this camera, and this one on the left. I'm using my mouse, you won't see that. So you see me, and over here where it says please start IRM webcam is my normal laptop camera. So, but I needed that one in because I want my audio, which is working. So that's why the funny dual screen thing here. So I can edit. Stop. I can't edit. I'm going to just try one more time in the settings here to see if changing it and bringing it back. You can see I'm trying there. Nothing going. So today is going to be a funky John Connors live. So make sure you go ahead and tease me a little bit. That's totally fine with me in the comments. I deserve it for not doing a test earlier and making sure everything was working. Like I had nothing set up, but I got it in. So here we go. So JC, here, can I show my name? Edit name. Anyways, I called it JC phone. And then over here is my please start camera not working. I could try different, no, that's not better. That's worse. If I can make the guest bigger than the host. No, I think that's the best I got. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, so we got equal guest to black screen. Anyways, there you go. It's always fun here on John Connors Live. And I've got a cool show planned for you with a fun little audio test. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. What we want to do today is determine the age-old question: what tone is better, British guitar tone or American guitar tone? And we're using a technology that Blackstar has patented to help discover it. The one perk of me having the phone as a guest today is this camera is much more mobile. So I'm going to move this sucker around and show you the amp a little more. So I'd had that as like a thought, as like I'd invite my phone as a guest so I could show you some of those things. I did not think, okay, that's going to be my primary camera today. And so I apologize again for the little delay, because the audio is coming in on black screen and your video is coming in on the one where you can see me. There we go. So let me show you the amp. So Blackstar has what they call the ISF. It's a patented feature that appears on a lot of their amps, and we got some in. They're not like a brand new amp model that just arrived. It's one that's been kicking around for a bit, but this is a brand new one that just showed up from our supplier. And it has this tech in it. So this isn't a full demo of the amp, but if you have questions about this amp, fire away. But this tech you'll see, like I said, in several, many of their models. The word they used is a lot. Words they used. A lot of the Blackstar amps. So if you have an ISF control on your amp and you want to know about it, this is the show for you. I've taken this info that I'm going to share with you from the Blackstar website, and it's a little article that was written by Leah Huge. Did I get that right? Hold Lee Fuge. Okay, or Lee. I'm gonna say Lee. And want to credit my resources, right? And but then we're going to experiment, because as much as I love when we have customers come in educating themselves online with lots of information and reading forums, all that stuff I think is super great. Like, do that. Watch John Connors live, get education from there. But you also got to use your own ears, and you have to have your own experience, and that will tell you a lot, right? If you read something and then you don't that experience doesn't translate, then how important is that, right? Like, it's got to be for you, right? So with this ISF, it stands for shape infinite shape feature. And the little diagram that comes with the Blackstar amp here shows an American flag and the Union Jack on either side, but it's a scalable control. Now I'm going to do 100% American to start, and then we're going to go 100% British. We'll fool around with some of the other knobs and see what that does, because what they basically said is that the controls on this amp, when you do it, set it to that signature American amp tone or signature British tone. And these signature amp tones are created by varying components, varying component values inside the amplifier circuit, on the part of the circuit that handles the tone that you hear. So depending on what component values you choose, this creates different start and end points for specific frequency bands. I'm pulling this right from the article here to share with you. Therefore, some amps, and we've definitely experienced this with different amps that have come into the store, some have higher, brighter treble control than others, or some have more prominent mid range. So, this is, again, the electric guitar amp world. These two tones have been sort of the talk for a long time. Um, so, so what we're gonna do is, when we control or shift it all the way to, say, American or British, it's gonna change the way all the other controls react as well. So I'm not gonna go totally nuts with that, but when we switch to British, I'm gonna try a little gain and see what happens with that. Um, so let's show you the tone. To do that, I picked a guitar that just arrived from Ibanez in my background, which here, I'll just see if I can show you here. The mobile cam in my background, we have 3 RG guitars above my keyboard stand there. You probably wouldn't have seen the keyboard stand as much, but that is what it is. But I'm gonna use this brand new RG that just arrived today over here. Woo! Isn't she a beaut? Look at that finish. And I picked this one because I thought for guitar tone, having all those pickup options would be super awesome. So for my American tone, I am going to use that middle single coil. And then for the British tone, I'm going to use the humbucker. So that's another thing to factor into this, because, of course, that affects the tone. You can see my water bottle in the background. Make sure you stay hydrated if you're going to sing. We're going to do that in a sec. Great comment here. I should have left you my Ibanez. I don't know if that might have been too much for me, Jay. All right, so this is the Blackstar amp we're going to use. I'm going to go up on top and show you the ISF control here. You see it there? Well, we got reverb, ISF, and then our normal EQ, volume, gain. We got overdrive section, clean section. This is, in fact, a tube amp as well, which I'm a big fan of, and it's got wattage switching, which I'm also a big fan of. You don't need a lot of wattage in a lot of this is a great. Yes, I will. I was gonna do that, and I'm glad you asked for it. Steve asked for a direct comparison on the same pickups as well. So we're gonna hear American tone on that middle pickup, and I'm gonna switch to British on that same pickup before we move on. Absolutely, Steve. And then we'll do the same thing on the British setting. So thanks for that. And so here's our little diagram. There we go, of ISF control. USA to UK in seconds with ISF. Okay. Oh, and there's a Connors Brothers. And, it's good to drop a hint bass drum in the room. Okay. So let's get this guitar fired up. Again, thanks for your patience with today's technology. All right. I do have the reverb on. I'm on the clean channel if you saw that. Just got to move my camera a little bit because I realized I put it in front of where the comments are coming in. That's not going to work. Like, for example, Dana says, "Hey there. How's it going, Dana? Thanks for tuning in." Now I'm using the DI out. It's got an XLR DI out on the back of this amp. I'm also a fan of that. You will hear some noise. This is a very controlled environment where you're going to hear little details. But if I just play over that, I think it's... You know, I was going to do it like an American tune and then switch. But because of Steve's question, what I'm going to do is do the ISF switching right now. And then I'll go back to American and do a tune. Just, you know, just have some fun, but also really dig into what this is doing tone-wise. So on that American setting, it's supposed to have prominent brights. Again, on that middle pickup, it's not supposed to be the brightest of pickups, but it's still very, we're getting prominent brights, I would say. Yeah, Dana, notice this high-pitched squeal. I think that's from the digital side of this amp that we get a little... you know what? Let's try adjusting the gain a little bit because I don't want that to ruin this experience. So I'm going to take the gain down a little bit. This is the gain on my interface. Let's see if that improved things a little bit. Okay. I'm hearing it a little bit still. Oh, didn't leave myself a lot of room there. Only me and my dog hear it. No, I bet other people hear too. I was raised by wolves. I'm going to put a little volume back, I think. Just got to find this sweet spot here. Not only for tone, but also for my camera so that it's not... We were working with an artist one time. What I loved is they would say, "Oh, can you take this frequency down?" You'd start to adjust and I go, "Okay, that's good, but half that." It was a phrase I really loved. So I went half that with the gain and half that with the volume. So, all right, so that's our American setting. I got my treble up, but you know, again, the main thing is you hear that nice bright. Okay, now I'm going to switch the ISF all the way and let's see what we hear. All the way over. When you play higher gain, can you strum aggressive and softly? Higher. Oh yeah. I got higher from that. Like later when I put some gain on, you mean? Absolutely. So I'm finding it's punched the mids a little. And maybe the reality is this whole American versus British thing has always been a very subtle difference. And there's so many other factors. It's hard to just narrow it down to one thing. Sorry. I don't think of it as you complaining. I only know I would wish someone told me earlier than after having the same experience for sure. And yeah, it's what makes a tube amp versus solid state in my ears. I agree as well. This is again back to the gain and the dynamicness of it. There's a specific point, and this isn't really on this British versus American topic, but for a tube amp, if I can get the gain where I can play clean, and I'm going to try to do this today, play clean and then dig in, and it switches to a little bit of grittiness. That's my favorite sweet spot with every amp, and that would be something I'd be looking for in an amp for myself. Some guys, that's not important. They're gonna have gain all the time and want that, and other guys only want clean tones. Like maybe, for example, this artist I'm about to cover, their guitar player only ever wanted clean tone, maybe. So I don't. This is great conversation on this. I love this, guys. Tubes, you can play hard and get gain, then strum soft. So exactly, Steve, totally. And Dana says, my guitar does not have that many notes. It seems okay. Thanks for that, Dana. I appreciate it. The Ibanez has nice range here. So, okay, I'm going to do a tune here. I'm going to be on the American setting for it, though, because this is a super American song. I'm going to put a little reverb on and play a song for you guys. Hopefully that's an okay spot for the camera there. Still making that sound a bit, but we'll do our best. Here we go. Everybody at an ocean across the USA, and everybody be surfing like California, yeah. You see them wearing the baggies, a roasted sandals too, a bushy blonde hairdo, surfing USA. You see them surfing at Del Mar, Ventura County line, Santa Cruz and Trestle, Australia's Narrabeen, all over Manhattan and down to Weedy Way. Everybody's got surfing, Surfin USA. We'll all be planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboards, we can't wait for June. We'll all be gone for the summer, we're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're surfing, Surfin USA. Let's turn that guitar up. I'm going to do that right now. Hold on. Well, I'll be planning out a route we're going to take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboards, we can't wait for June. We're loving almost summer, we're out so far to stay. Tell the teacher we're surfing, Surfin USA. Hold on, I gotta add this. Dana says, singing the backup vocal as loud as I can. That's what I was hoping would happen. So if you're at home, make sure you throw the Surfin USA in for me. Haggerty and Swamis, Pacific Palisades, San Onofre and Sunset, Redondo Beach, LA, all over La Jolla and Waimea Bay. Everybody's got surfing, Surfin USA. Everybody's got surfing, Surfin USA. Everybody's got surfing, Surfin USA. One more. Everybody's got surfing, Surfin USA. All right. Let's take the reverb off for a second. Okay. Thank you very much for those comments. So let's circle back. So I adjusted the volume because Steve pointed out that the vocals and guitar balance was off. So we got the guitar up. He said much better, could still use a bit more. So we're going to do that right now. Getting nice and warm back there. And then Dana, thank you again for jumping in with as we carefully risk releasing the beast. More lead guitar, yes, for sure. You never know what happens when you ask for more lead guitar. So let's take this opening riff, and something about it that has to be nice and bright. And I'm going to throw it on the British tone, still on the same pickup, and see what happens. And then back. It's subtle, right? But I feel like I'm hearing a little thing in the trebles that you don't hear on the British setting that I think the Beach Boys would want, right? Now, if I say threw that down to that humbucker, now you wouldn't want that. You want a single coil for it, but see, it gets really gritty. And then over to the British setting on that. Very different, right? Not the kind of tone you probably, unless you're doing like a British rock version of Surfin' USA. Back to my middle pickup here. That's just my thought on it. So kind of a fun way of experimenting with it. And I thought, we'll take that one down. What better way to show American tone than like America's Beach Boys, right? And with a song called Surfin' USA. Maybe that was a little cliche, but I had to have a little fun. Yeah, I just want to tip that a little bit. I noticed that. There we go. See a little more guitar, a little less light bulb. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Okay. So now I want to get into the neck pickup a bit and experiment with our British tones and a little bit of gain. And then I got a tune for that too. So let's have some fun with that. So, what did we say? The high pitched squeal left upon humbucker choice. The high pitched squeal. Yeah. That could be, we'll get there. We'll totally get there. Okay, so now I'm going to go British setting. We're on the neck pickup. This should be a little warmer in general. Overdrive channel. I've got the gain pretty low here. Evening, Dan. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking British versus American tone, and now we've just moved into the overdrive side of the sample a little bit. I'm going to take the gain down a little bit more because right now it's close, but even soft playing is getting a little gain. So let me just take that down a notch. Almost. Ooh, okay. So that was, I think, Steve, you got to weigh in. I hope you're still there. Is that experience of being able to get clean with soft playing and then gain it up simply by playing a little louder? I feel like that's what I was hearing now. Dana says sounds fantastic now. And oh, you guys know each other. That's cool. You know, small town vibes on live stream is awesome. Again, we want live and interactive, so please feel free to interact with each other as long as you play nice. Which I'm sure you will. Okay, so now let's try that exact same thing, you know, over on the American side and see how that affects our tone. Remember, I'm on the neck pickup. That's kind of interesting, eh? Like, I think for what I was achieving or trying to achieve here, the British side did work better. So I'm going to go back to that. I want to do a tune for you using that tone. And I'm going to stay on that neck pickup for this because this is a rhythm part that I'm going to be playing under vocals. And then we can have a little fun with the bridge pickup to wrap up the show tonight. So again, thanks guys for all the input on this. And let's do a British tune. I'm going to turn the knob back to Brit side and let's do it.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Seoul down to Brighton, I must have played them all. Ain't seen nothing like them in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine. Feeling all the bumpers, always plays it clean. He plays by intuition, the digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. How's that, Dan? He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. Pinball wizard got such a supple wrist. How do you think he does it? What makes him so good? He got no discretion, can't hear those buzzers and bells. Really? Hold on.
That's wild. It's so loud in my monitoring. I wonder why that mix is off. Okay, I'm turning it up. I'm going to give it a little more gain again.
He ain't got no distractions, can't hear those buzzers and bells. Don't see lights flashing, plays by sense of smell. Always has a replay, never tilts at all. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. I thought I was a dolly table kid, but I just handed my pinball crown to him.
Okay. So I was reacting to the comments here saying barely hear the guitar, need more volume, and yep. Okay, so I think I got it at the end. Although, yeah, to my monitoring, it was crazy loud. So I'm gonna have to check my output levels before next show. Obviously, I'll do a whole tech review, get my cameras working, figure out why the interface is imbalanced. Check. Yeah, like even my monitoring, my mic is like quarter to half, and that's like clipping. So I don't know. Either that or the compressor is kicking in. Maybe that's it. So, but I do want to take a second before we wrap up just to look at the bridge pickup in both settings. So here we are. I've just bam down. Okay, so that was British setting, and then we're going to go to Americana. Same thing, bridge pickup. It's almost like you got to go. There you go. It's just that sound, right? To me, that's I find that for bridge pickup on the American setting with that same set of overdrive, it's just a little piercing. But some guitar players love hitting those kind of piercing tones. I think maybe I've been sort of trained by being in bands over years and playing with my brothers that you don't want to have sounds that make you do this. So for me, the British sound is winning in a lot of cases. But if you want to play Surfin' USA, if you want to do some beach rock, you got to get the American tone on super clean, a little bit of reverb. I kept the reverb on the whole time and on a single coil, and you can just get that specific Beach Boys tone. So anyways, feel free to add to the I got to call it a night, but feel free to add to the comments if you liked American tone or British tone better. I'll review the comments in the morning and reply digitally, like type in the comments to anything you add there. So thanks again, guys, for the great conversation about this, and drop by Connor's Music and try out a Blackstar amp with the ISF technology for yourself. Use your own ears and your own fingers to help decide what tone is right for you. Again, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night. Stay well. There's the ceiling.
If you love music, then do more than just listen. Connor's Music.